Right now at 5, keeping an eye on the skies. With days to go before the Kentucky Derby, officials are watching the potential for severe weather.
Also ahead tonight at 5, it's known for mint juleps and million-dollar hats, but behind the glamour of Derby Week lies a darker reality. Why advocates say this is the most dangerous time of year for human trafficking around the track. How one survivor is turning her pain into purpose.
And major cuts at one of the country's biggest delivery companies. UPS announces it's slashing thousands of jobs and closing dozens of facilities. That's next at 5.
But first, right now, here at 5 o'clock, we are watching the fast approach of strong thunderstorms just to the west of Louisville at the moment, with crowds already at Churchill Downs enjoying Tuesday racing.
And hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Connie Leonard.
And I'm Doug Prophet. WHAS11 meteorologist Matt Breland has been tracking this storm line since 4 o'clock. So, Matt, as it's getting closer to Louisville, is it weakening? Are we going to talk heavy rain, any severe weather?
We've got a dramatic arrival ahead for us. That's what it's looking like now. As these storms have been progressing across southern Illinois, they've lost their steam a bit, but that still means that they're going to be arriving here with a lot of thunder. Gusty winds are definitely going to be out there. I would say the people that are out at the track, they need to keep those ponchos on standby because these storms are going to be arriving fairly quickly. It's going to be a quick round of showers that will be delivering into Kentuckiana. Now, here's how things look right now on the satellite and radar. You'll notice that we're still tracking a decent amount of lightning with these storms, and also we're still expecting some strong winds that will be possible with this as well. So here's how things are shaping up on satellite and radar, tracking these storms out. They're continuing to make their way into western Kentucky and also into portions of southern Indiana as well. You folks there in Jasper County and near Paoli, expecting those storms to still be scattered around and becoming more organized just as we head further on into our evening hours. I'm expecting these to make their way just towards the Louisville Metro as we get ready for that 6 p.m. hour. Here's how things are looking right now outside. The cloud cover continuing with us, temperatures ranging into those mid-80s, winds out of the southwest at 16 miles per hour, but gusting up to 30+ miles per hour. So we're in for a windy evening for us. Plus, these storms are going to still be monitored carefully. There's a level 3 out of 5 chance that they still could pack some of that severe potential with those strong winds, as I mentioned, could be gusting between 30 and 60 miles per hour with certain thunderstorms, definitely some locally heavy downpours, and the possibility with hail will be around with these storms as well. Now, as we head later on into our evening time, past 10 p.m., these storms will be breaking apart, fading away, leaving behind these cooler temperatures trending into the lower 60s. We're going to have a full breakdown all about the details, including the Derby forecast, coming up here in just a few short minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Well, with a pretty good chance for severe weather leading up to Derby 151, Churchill Downs says it's taking safety very seriously.
Getting ready to get a test right now, as it sounds like there from Matt. In a news conference today, though, Churchill Downs was asked by WHAS 11 News about its severe weather plan. Where would they direct thousands of race fans if there are threats of lightning or tornadoes? Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton are live right now. And Isaiah, the track is old but has newer areas that are stronger. Some may not be so obvious to folks.
Right, Doug, and they're talking about it a lot more. At least the officials are. We're just in front of section 321 right now. It's dry for now, but of course there will be more rain, here, coming in the days and hours to come. Now, underground is pretty much always better, but if that isn't the case, you can get to places that are closer in the event of potential severe weather, or if there is a tornado watch or warning. You can see the signs, safe zones for all kinds of severe weather. These are just some of the signage and some of the explanations that some experts tell us they weren't seeing about 20 years ago.
Derby week this year is met with a dark cloud, a chance for strong to severe storms, as tens of thousands gather each day at Churchill Downs.
Obviously, wind, problems with lightning, worst case, a tornado.
If there were a severe weather warning, what would you guys look to do?
Hold on. Nothing different.
Straight to my car and heading home.
The racetrack safety preparations night and day from years past.
They are really on top of things. I would not have said that 20 years ago.
That's according to WHAS 11 special contributor meteorologist John Gordon, formerly with the National Weather Service.
That they have a plan to get people out before it happens. Before it was like, oh, it happened. We need to seek shelter now. Well, it's too late.
That plan on display at a news conference at Louisville's Emergency Operations Center. Churchill Downs security head Dustin Clem.
So if you're outside when it starts lightning, we will begin to move those people inside our facility. We do have designated weather locations.
Clem telling me there will be PA and big board announcements like this one we saw at the paddock during 5-0 Tuesday.
And we do have, with all of our stairwells and interior facilities.
And John Gordon had also mentioned that a lot of folks don't like to talk about it, but the first weekend of May leading up to it is a very active time for severe weather in general here in Kentuckiana. So it's something to keep a close watch on. We also know, of course, the umbrella policy here. No umbrellas, just ponchos. So people will have to, again, take a look at those big boards and pay attention with the officials around them. Doug, Connie.
Isaiah, thank you very much. Those stairwells nice in the interior there of the old track and safe there. Weather isn't the only thing on the minds of officials. They are reassuring the public that safety remains a top priority. Outside Churchill Downs, Metro Police asking visitors to be patient and drive safely. While inside, police veteran Kelly Jones, now with Louisville Emergency Services, says to watch out for the pickpockets. Take an extra phone charger with you and have a plan.
Keep a list of who you should call if you were to lose your wallet or your credit cards. And don't keep that list in your wallet, by the way, or in your purse. Keep it somewhere else. Should someone steal my stuff, who do I notify immediately right here and go get on the telephone?
They are warning as well. If you see something, say something. You can stay up to date by texting Derby, the word Derby, to this number 67283. And you'll get all emergency alerts, including from the weather. WHAS 11 live from the backside all week long. We invite you to get in the Derby spirit and get ready in the morning with our crew from Good Morning Kentuckiana. Coverage of the trainers and celebrity guests all week long, live from 5 to 7 a.m. on WHAS 11. Well, the Derby turns into an international week for Louisville, but local leaders are also warning it's the most dangerous week for human trafficking.
Officials and medical practitioners are warning Derby attendees to be vigilant of the signs of human trafficking at Churchill Downs. Our Alexandra Goldberg spoke with a survivor for human trafficking victims about a night that changed her life.
So many moons ago, I was trafficked at the Derby.
Summer Dickerson's time spent on Millionaire's Row at Churchill Downs was anything but glamorous.
In the beginning, it was like I got to dress up real pretty and everything was cool. But then when we got in the limo, the guy was very abusive. And so it went south really quick.
Dickerson says she was being trafficked for display, control, and power at the Kentucky Derby. She was a victim among many who were bought and sold at the tracks.
So Derby is definitely the second biggest sporting event that we have in the United States, and it's also the second biggest human trafficking event that we have in the United States.
When you have hundreds of thousands of people coming to one area, you're going to see an increase in sex work, escorting, and that also leads to an increase in human trafficking.
Vicki Yazel with Safe Services at U of L Health wants hotels and hospitals to know the signs and symptoms of trafficking. And of course, Derby attendees too.
When you're out in public, what you really want to look for is those underage kiddos that are with a overbearing and probably quite a bit older companion.
Kelly Jones, Deputy Director at Louisville Metro Emergency Services, is pleading with the public that if you see something, say something.
Someone said earlier today, what is something? If you've seen it, you'll know it. That is the something. So watch out for situations that you just think don't look right.
Because Dickerson said many victims are in plain sight.
A lot of people are waiting for the white van or the chains or the tape on your mouth to say, oh, that must be a trafficking victim, but when you're forced to go on dates and you're forced to do certain things, that force, fraud, and coercion is human trafficking.
This year, just like years past, she'll provide trafficking hotlines to hotels in the area, and she'll spread her anti-human trafficking message around Louisville because she said she doesn't want anyone else to feel how she did that night. In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 on your side.
And data shows that the National Human Trafficking Hotline received 328 signals from Kentucky in 2023. Out of those, 125 were from victims or survivors. The National Human Trafficking Hotline number is 1-888-373-7888. Well,